I'm Dawn Laney. I'm a genetic counselor. I'm the director of the Emory Genetic Clinical Trial Center, and I'm a co-founder of ThinkGenetic. We're very passionate about finding patients earlier and getting them quicker to being diagnosed and on therapy, and we had to figure out the best way to do that, harnessing artificial intelligence, harnessing the power of genetic counselors' brains, and really bringing it all together so that we can find a solution to speed up the process to help healthcare providers identify patients at risk for genetic diseases. So our use of AI is AI as a tool. So what we have is we build the algorithms based on our clinical expertise, on the information we have from medical records, and our information on positive controls, so people who have the disease across the spectrum. Then we use natural language processing to go through the unstructured data to really find out key pieces. And within that, we give each thing a specific score. So if someone who's high risk, maybe 300, somebody who's not really at risk, maybe -10. But the most important thing are the negative criteria, the things that we shouldn't be finding up and higher in it. We say this is a high-risk patient, and AI can then say, I'm going to find all those patients just like that one. So, and then we review it with our genetic counselors so they can say, yes, you're right, and then tweak the AI, or they can say, no, that doesn't seem right. Why don't we think about it this way? And then run that on our large data sets with our data partners using structured data and unstructured data, find the highest high-risk patients, and then we can literally push the de-identified information across the firewall to our coordinators who are located in healthcare systems. And then they can give us information back. Everything from we talk to the provider and they feel this is a great referral and they've sent to genetics. Or we've talked to the provider and they say based on their information, which is broader than ours, they don't feel this patient's at risk. Or they can say this patient was tested and is positive for condition. I think the most important thing to know is that we're utilizing coordinators that are in the institutions. We're sending them information, okay, hey, you got this patient, we're working on this project, here are the 4 symptoms that make us worried about this underlying genetic condition. You may not know about it, but here's where genetics is. If you'd like to refer over to genetics, there's clinical testing, there's sponsored testing. Here's ways you can test your patient, and if you need genetic counseling, here's how you do it throughout the process.